morning, coaches. This is your wake-up call. I'm Sandy Buadana. Today is Monday, October 17th. Holy moly, we just came off an absolutely unimaginable, incredible leadership retreat where so much great stuff was talked about and so much hopeful, positive energy filled the room. If you were not at leadership this weekend, please check in with your uplines, 5-star and above, who did attend or watched the live stream. It is a brand new day at our company. Everybody is buzzing around, feeling really, really good. I want to mention that I'm being secretive about it because at Super Weekend, November 4, 5, and 6, we have a great video where Carl delivers a very similar talk that he delivered in an intimate setting with our leaders. So you want to get to a Super Weekend. Keyshawn will tell you a little bit more in a bit, but you want to get to one or you want to host one, but the video is already in the can, as they say in Hollywood. And that is where you can really get a sense of the emotional, committed message from our CEO, Carl Deichler. So please get to a Super Weekend. Everything will be revealed. Also, always check your coach online office for announcements. But it truly, truly was a fantastic weekend. A lot of buzz that is going to take us through the end of the year and then pop the new year with so much hope and good energy. So with that, I want to move it to Darren Ashby. He's got some recognition, people who moved their businesses forward last week. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandy. How are you?
I'm great. And as always, coming on the Monday after a great event where you not only lend your voice, your skills, you and your team with Angie, you purchase so many great gifts. Everybody comes to their hotel rooms with a nice little surprise thanks to you guys and your hard work all year long. Thank you, Darren.
The coach's hard work all year long, right?
The coach's hard work, and then you have that creative job that has to figure out the next gift, and you always surpass yourself. So thank you very much. I appreciate you here, and I'll let you do recognition. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Sounds good. And the events team and Angie and everybody, man, and all of the production team, shout out to everybody that was at the event, but most of all to all the coaches that attended an amazing event. It was incredible. You're going to hear a lot about it, right? Anyway, let's get to recognition. That's why we're here. We have new diamond coaches this week. So here they are. Congratulations to Josiane Theron, Heidi Urbina, Matthew Prom, Candace Dalen, Kimberly Adams, Amanda Thomas, Laura Palayo, Chelsea Whitlock, Mary Cosita, Das Dietz, and Todd Nelson. Those are your newest diamond coaches this week, and that's all we had. These guys building their business. If you know these coaches, take a moment today to reach out and congratulate them on their huge accomplishment reaching diamond. Man, I am still just spinning from the weekend. Anyway, congratulations to everyone on the call. And guys, don't forget to make it a fantastic week. If you haven't heard the news, get out there and figure it out. But let's turn it over to Keyshawn Graves, see if Keyshawn's out there with some amazing announcements. And Keyshawn, I remember seeing you on stage. That was fantastic. Doing your workout up there. Oh,
that was a fun event, Darren. Thanks. Kudos to you. Kudos to the events team. What a great time. I'm going to remove Darren. And yes, we are coming off of our fall leadership retreat. But first of all, can I say, good morning, Team Body. Good morning, Team Body. That is so exciting. That was one of our exciting announcements. And listen, there were a lot of things that are not going to be rolled out until 2023. So it's okay if you don't know all the things that are happening. It's okay if you haven't wrapped your head around it. That's why we roll it out to the fall leadership retreat. We're going to wrap our head around it. We're going to figure out what you need. And then in 23 in the new year, we are going to go out guns a-blazing. But right now, we have some things that are happening this week that you can leverage, that you can lean into, that you can help people with. Team Body. Now, that's something that I will never get used to saying. I'm so excited about that. The few announcements that I have for you today is the first, we are getting ready for our November body block. At Fall Leadership, Autumn introduced us to what a workout is going to look like during her Healthy Obsession body block, which is starting on November 7th in the body platform. And it did not disappoint. Booty was on fire, legs were feeling good, and it was just like that overall sense of accomplishment. Like, yes, I cannot wait. Listen, you're going to need a set of light, medium, and heavy dumbbells. You're going to need sliders. So you want to make sure that you're talking about this now. That's why we're talking about all this now. You're going to want to make sure that you are getting people everything that they need so they can start the body block with you on November 7th. Okay, so the FAQ, thank you, Sandy, is 8441 to learn more about the body block for Healthy Obsession. The next announcement that I have, we started rolling out these mission nutrition conversations. And the mission nutrition is really what the experts, right? As a body coach, you do not have to be an expert. And that is one of the best things ever about partnering with a company that puts the money where the mouth is. They really have the most incredible experts to come up with all the things in order for you to know about it, to learn about it, to do it, and then to share your experience with it, as opposed to sharing all the science behind it. Well, these mission nutrition conversations, these actually break down the science of living healthy and fulfilling lives, so that you can bring people to it, so that if they have questions, they can talk directly to the expert. So our next one is on Tuesday, October 18th. It starts at 10 a.m. They're only about 30 minutes long. They're very, very short, PST. And the title of this mission nutrition conversation that's happening on the 18th of October is Mission Nutrition, period pointers, the science behind fitness and nutrition during your menstrual cycle. So we'll have Dr. Emily on there, which we all know from a summit, and a few of the other scientists and doctors on to explain that. And how perfect is that for my ladies, especially as we're going into these body blocks, which is 3 weeks on, 1 week off. Anyway, it might be something for you to watch live, or for you to make sure that you definitely come back to. So that's the Mission Nutrition happening on October 18th. The third announcement that I have is all about earning Success Club this month by taking advantage of the bonus Success Club point promotion. We know that we are giving bonus Success Club points for you when you help someone get started with the Total Solution Pack that includes BOD plus Body Annual. Now, there are some caveats on there, so you definitely want to make sure that you go to the FAQ. Also, when you help someone get started with the Body Bike Studio, which already has so much incredible value to the person that you're getting started with, but also the commission attached. And then we're also including that bonus Success Club point. But also we're talking about XP Sweat and Sculpt. Now, Andrea Rogers was another highlight. That's what Darren was talking about when I was coming on. It's a little embarrassing, but it was so much fun to be surrounded by my coaches. Andrea called me up on stage and she made me get lower and lower and lower. And I could not help but to smile at the burn, at the pain, and just, again, at that sense of accomplishment, working out with my coach friends and working out with Andrea. So if you have not done XP Sweat and Sculpt, at least the one of the two simple workouts, what are you waiting for? It is, anyway, I won't beat that dead horse. But when we're talking about earning bonus Success Club points this month, you can help someone get started. You can focus on an XP Sweat and Sculpt Shakeology Total Solution Pack that includes BOD plus Body. That means that you're going to get VIP early access to the program. That means that you're going to get the starter guide. You're going to get the calendar. That means you're going to help your person get those ankle weights. You're going to get the BOD plus Body membership. You're going to get 2B Mindset. You're going to get portion fixed control. You're going to get the containers. You're going to get the tracker. You're going to get the nutrition guide. There's so much more that you're going to get. And it's $239 US. That used to be $348 US. Incredible. There's 88 bonus points, 88 some change bonus points. That's commission. Volume is 162 personal. There's a lot. And then there's 3 Success Club points. So if you focus on helping 2 people get started with that, well, that's income. That is also helping them get started. That's volume. There's so much for included by you helping someone focus on. I'm giving you the pack to focus on, the XP Sweat and Sculpt Shakeology Total Solution Pack with Bod and Body Annual. Okay, to learn more about hitting Success Club with the bonus, I think Sandy already put it up there, 7937. And then, of course, to learn more about XP Sweat and Sculpt, we want to encourage you to go to FAQ 3866. Also, if you have not been in your back office in a while, there's a section called Coach Breaking News. I will encourage you until I am blue in the face to make sure that you go check out your Coach Breaking News section, because all of these live there. All of these plus the others that have happened this month, so that you should never be unaware of what's happening or unaware of how you can leverage it. Also, this is my final announcement that I have for you. We announced at our leadership retreat the date for our Sure Thing program with Megan Davies, our super trainer. Sure Thing is launching on December 6th for coaches and preferred customers, and December 20th for customers during our VIP early access window. The FAQ to learn more about Sure Thing is FAQ 8638. So if you all do have questions, go there. But right now, of course, we are focused in. We're focusing on XP Sweat and Sculpt. We're focused in on Lift More. We're focusing on preparing for the body block. We're focusing on whatever it is that you are doing that brings you joy, that brings you pain in all the best ways possible, that makes you keep coming back. And the same, we want to perpetuate that same ideology with the people that you're helping. What's going to help them with their goals? And of course, you have your $20 off promo code to get them started with what they need. If it's not something that I just said, that's okay. These are the things that we are focused on. We want you to focus on what you need to focus on, what they need to focus on to get results. I lied. I do have one more announcement. Sorry, Sandy. The final announcement that I have is all about Super Weekend. She was ready. Super Weekend, like she mentioned, is happening November 4th through the 6th. November 4th through the 6th. So go to the FAQ 9792 to figure out, one, if you need to be hosting your own event, or two, if there are events local to you that you can attend. But like Sandy said at the beginning, we're all coming off of this incredible high, this great energy from the weekend, and just excitement for letting go. I mean, what do we gain to receive? What can we expect to receive when we let go of the comfort, when we let go of some of the things that were actually pulling us back, that we thought that if we leaned on would get us going, would take it to the, what are we going to let go of? And that's what this weekend was all about. The opportunity to reach more people by letting go of some of the comfort that we have been in. So I'm ready to get uncomfortable. I'm ready to live a more joyful life, and Super Weekend will explain more of what all of that means. And so make sure that you get to an event near you. With that being said, that is it for me. Sandy, I am passing it back over to you.
That is awesome. You have me on my toes. All of these banners. I'm like, which one is she going to go to next? But thank you. I listen intently, and I appreciate all of your energy. And as Keyshawn said, so much of this is coach breaking news that is in your coach office. I now have the honor, the pleasure of introducing our featured speaker. She has so many achievements. She is one of our most decorated coaches in the network. So please tag your coaches. Today's a very, very big day. Okay. This is not only your wake-up call, but this is day one of totally new, hopeful energy that is going to help you carry your business. So she is a 10-time elite coach. She has been in Success Club over 120 months, and she's been coaching 14 years. She is also a member of our coach advisory board. And I just want to say one thing about that, because for those of you that don't know what the coach advisory board, or CAB, does, they are your representatives. They sit in many, many meetings on Zoom or in person, hours long, debating different programs or campaigns or launches or anything, debating with the corporate staff. And sometimes not debating, sometimes totally on the same page, okay? But I'm saying that because Trina is a valuable member of our CAB group and speaks on your behalf. So when I asked her to speak on this call, I was really excited because she has this way of taking a lot of information that we give from corporate, putting it in a blender, right? And then pouring out a simplified message, systematized, just a wonderful way of communicating. And I think that you're going to really enjoy this morning. I'm not even interviewing. I'm stepping back, just going to have my shake, listening to Trina because she always speaks from the heart. And I would highly recommend you tag your coaches right now. Let's get a lot more people on this live call so that we can hear from Trina. Okay, let's bring her on. Trina Gray, thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Oh man, that was such a great intro. I like throwing things in a blender and seeing what comes out of it. That's kind of how I cook. So I love that. Coaches, I'm so happy to be here today. And I really appreciate the invitation from Sandy and our friends at Corporate to come to you today and talk about coaching. And what I want you to know is I'm going to keep this so basic and simple. I'm the most basic coach. In fact, my coaches would say that they knew I would have on a black tank top today with my hair down. I'm that basic. I just like to repeat the things that work for me, the things that keep me comfortable and in my skin. Like, I'm a basic coach, but I built a superstar Diamond 2 business, a 10-time elite business by not being very fancy. So if that speaks to you, man, I'm your girl today. So you got to hear some from Keyshawn and some from Sandy about just the hype, the hope, and the excitement that we felt at the fall leadership retreat. So if you were not there, let me be a bit of the mouthpiece for you today. I want you to know that the company is going great places and we get to go with. That's my message from leadership. The hype and the hope and the excitement that we heard from Carl and the other executives is that we're going somewhere, and it's somewhere really good. In fact, Keyshawn mentioned one of the big things that came out of leadership that I want to lead with today, because it's going to go right into my talk about coaching, is that Carl and crew have made the huge decision to rebrand the company from Beachbody to Body. It evoked a lot of emotion when he shared that. Why is that, do I think? I think it's because Beachbody carried a lot of baggage with it. The baggage of shredded six-pack abs as the only way. And I think we all knew that when we said Beachbody, we didn't really mean that you had to have or want a beach-ready body. You didn't have to want or have a six-pack to be a part of our community, but yet we had the baggage of the name. So in rebranding to simply Body, we get to reach more people. We get to expand our vision beyond just the physical well-being into the mental well-being. And this is what Carl is calling health esteem. The goal behind health esteem is to feel healthy and fit on the inside and out, to enjoy the journey of getting fit and loving yourself along the way. Those of you note takers out there, I hope you've already written a few things down. In my words, and from what I heard on stage, health esteem is loving yourself along the way, enjoying the journey to being fit, being healthy and strong on the inside and out. We're going to be expanding our services, moving into 2023 and beyond, where we're working on fitness, nutrition, and mindset. What a great trifecta. So those are the big things on my heart from leadership that I wanted to bring to the entire network today. But guess what? With all the changes on the horizon, with the move to body blocks, super blocks, with the move to one fitness platform in the future, all of the FAQs and new pricings and new logos and new things to come, guess what doesn't need a launch date? Guess what doesn't need a new FAQ? Guess what doesn't need you or I to wait? Inviting to coaching. The opportunity to invite to coaching is open 365 days a year, 24/7. It doesn't take corporate rebranding a logo or a mission. It doesn't take corporate redoing the fitness platform or giving us new packages or new pricing. Those are all fun bells and whistles. The coaching opportunity is open to us all of the time. I have said to my team for so many years that the best product we have is the coaching business. The best product we have. It never goes out of style. It never gets old. It's for everyone, is the coaching business. So when Sandy asked me today to share some tips about coaching, it was almost like if someone came to you or me and said, hey, do you have 20, 25 minutes to talk about parenting? What? Like there's so many things I'd want to say, right? And so at first I was kind of stressed about picking which word, which lesson. And what I realized was if I came to you with some basic tips about inviting to coaching and why I think you should build a team and share with you a few of my favorite lessons on that, that more than anything, you'd hear my passion about coaching just as you'd hear my passion about being a mom and parenting. I can't teach you everything I've learned over the years of parenting toddlers to now teenagers. That would take me a novel. Same with coaching. It would take me a novel to tell you everything I've learned along the way, but I can leave you with a few basic tips today and my genuine, to my core, in my DNA excitement that coaching is the best product in the library. Now, I can't see the chat right now, but I really hope that you're hearing me and throwing some hearts and quoting, recapping some things that I say. I always love to hear and see the fire in the chat. So Team Rockstar Fit, if you're on, I know you will help lead the way with that. So hopefully you've taken some notes already in the beginning. I want to offer you 5 tips all related to coaching, right? So tip number 1 is called Let's Talk Titles. All of my tips have really simple, basic, kind of catchy phrases to help you remember this lesson later on in your coaching journey. Let's talk titles. So we all know that in the past year, we have expanded our titles in Beachbody to be customer, preferred customer, and coach. We now have 3 ways that people can choose to work with us and choose to work with this company. Now, this is my take on it. Beachbody gave me the microphone today. So you're not going to find everything I say in an FAQ or in a training or in the comp plan. These are my views of these 3 titles, right? So a customer. My most basic explanation of a customer for you is someone who wants to test the waters. They want to test it out. They want to test out Energize. They've heard it. They've seen you carrying it around. They want to test out Energize. They want to test out an at-home workout. They've never tried it. They have seen you post about your shakes and they're willing to test it out. All right. That is my phrase that goes with customers. Recently, a massage therapist said to me that he was thinking about getting back into fitness and he has some stuff in his basement. Is there anything he could do with it? He just wanted to test out working out from home. So I sent him a link to get bod. Previously, I remember I was getting a pedicure in a town over and the woman said, I had a shake with me. I had come from a drive and I had my shake with me. She asked me about the shake. We chatted about it. I sent her a link to Shakeology to try it. That's what a customer is. They're testing the waters. They're trying it out. Now, your business should, and I hope will always have all 3 of these titles in it. But I want you to see where they all fit and the value of each one. Don't make the customer experience the only experience and don't make it the biggest experience. They're just testing things out. Okay. Help them with it. Give them recipes. Help them along the way. They're a customer. They're paying retail price to test out Beachbody and test you out. Second title, preferred customer. Wow, this has been a game changer for our business in ways that have been good and hard to deal with. So in my take of a preferred customer, this is someone who likes the products. They've tried them out. They are loyal. They can see themselves continuing on with Shakeology or Energize or the bars or the boosts or collagen, bod. They're a loyal customer. They have upgraded to be a preferred customer. And for that $15.95, they're going to get a savings on these products that they like. They are going to be a part of hopefully your larger community, maybe outside of your bod group, maybe part of your team. And they are going to take a spot in your organization. So there's 2 values for this. If I can say this, I think I can. One value to a preferred customer taking a spot in your organization is it might help you secure or advance in rank. You might have a preferred customer join your team, and that helps get you to Emerald, or that might help secure your diamond rank. So they're taking a spot on your team, and maybe they'll choose to use that spot to build an income later. Good for you, good for them. However, income disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any financial results. It is up to each coach's individual thank you, efforts, diligence, and skill. But I can tell you that you're not going to achieve your dreams of a vacation, setting up a savings account, growing your kids' college fund, maybe renovating your kitchen, maybe it's paying for your kids' sports. Whatever your dreams are that relate to you and your family, your dreams are not built on a team of preferred customers. Why? Preferred customers have value, but they don't build a team. They take a spot on your team. They consume products. They don't share, sell, or sign up. That's a huge difference. So I trust that you're smart and savvy and strategic, and you'll find the right people for the right spots. But you got to know the value of each one. Preferred customers are loyal customers who are going to get a savings, take a spot in your organization, and consume products. But guess what? Why don't we open the door to those preferred customers and show them what's behind the door? Because what's behind the door is way more fun. It's way more exciting. And it's called being a coach. And that's our third title. Coaching is where all the fun goes down. Coaching is being in the pictures, in the scene, at the event. Coaches, of course, earn a savings on the products, but it's so much more. They can travel, they can go to Summit, they can, with their hard work, help other people and earn prizes, recognition. They can go on a Success Club trip. They can meet friends. They can get in the best shape of their life. They can get paid, and this is the key, for their results and their referrals. That's all the things that makes coaching so much cooler. Customers testing it out. PCs, loyal people, taking a spot in your organization, contributing to your groups, consuming products. Coaches, travel, adventure, friendship, getting paid for results and referrals, opening doors, bigger dreams. Coaching is where all the fun goes down. It's where all the pictures happen. It's where all of the fun goes down. So I want you to lean more into inviting to coaching. So I want to tell you quickly what my coaching sign-up story looks like to keep it so basic, because I think we've built up this fear in our head that coaching is such a big deal. I met my coach and my sponsor, my friend Janelle, back in 2001. We were group fitness instructors, super underpaid, at a little tiny place in Alpena, Michigan. We crossed paths. We became friends. Janelle moved. We stayed in touch. Years go by. June 2008, Janelle calls me. My kids are then 3 and 5 years old. I had a full-time job, 2 little kids, no spare time, okay? Janelle calls me and says, hey, Trina, there's this company called Beachbody. They're opening their doors to people like you and me who love fitness. You could get paid to help other people. And guess what? It would be a fun way for you and I to keep in touch. Do you want to do this with me? That was the conversation. It was the easiest yes. There was no training, no webinar, no sneak peek, no scripts, nothing. It sounded like a fun invitation, comparable to her inviting me like on a girls' weekend. I said yes. Now, I'm not saying it's always going to go down that easily. I trusted Janelle. I liked fitness. I was open to trying something new, even though I was busy, had no background in Beachbody. I knew what some of their programs were. Of course, I didn't live under a rock, but I hadn't gone through a huge transformation. I just trusted her and I liked fitness. It's not always going to go that way, but let me tell you this. It will absolutely never go that way if you don't ask them in a personal, simple way, like Janelle asked me. Okay, so that is tip number 1. let's talk titles. I hope you learned a little bit more about the value of each of those positions in your organization. And I hope you lean more into where all the fun goes down. Tip number 2 is be basic. Now on my team, I call this tip be a basic B, but I'll keep that word off the National Wake Up Call. You know where I'm going with it. Be a basic B or be basic. Here's what I mean by that. Coaches, at the end of the day, we are doing 3 things. And I like simple lessons that include 3 things. Coaches do this. We show coach life. We invite people who notice us. We help those who say yes. Could you write that down and let that be your new job description for coaching? Because dang it, that sounds easy. It's like rinse the dishes, put them in the dishwasher, start the dishwasher. Basic. Show coach life. Invite those who notice and help those who say yes. So let's break that down just a little bit, although it probably doesn't need that much more explanation. Number 1, show coach life. What do I mean by this? It could be as basic as like wear and share, wearing a t-shirt that says body, taking your shake to the soccer field, sitting in the stands, taking your Energize with you to the grocery store if you need it. It could be showing your own results. It could be showing your workouts on social media, showing your books you're reading on social media, showing the meditations, the yoga, the nutrition, the meals you're making on social media. It's just showing what we're doing as coaches. Books, yoga, meditation, workouts, just showing it in real life with real people in your community and on social media. That's it. Show coach life. That means you actually got to be doing it, right? So for me, that's vital behavior, be a product of the product. Show people what you're using, what you're doing, and how it's working for you. I'm so basic that if you go on my Instagram and Facebook story every single day, Monday through Friday, you're not going to see any fancy graphics. You're not going to see any templates that I bought from somewhere. You can do that, but I'm saying you can also be basic. I show my workout in a hyperlapse, put some music on it, whatever I'm feeling that day. And I say every morning, I start my day with strength, shake, and read. That's what I've been saying. That's what I tell people. I just show them what I'm doing. So then when I, number 2, invite people who notice me, they know what I'm doing. They already see it. They've been living it. They've been watching me in my living room. I've invited them into my living room. So invite people who notice you. I'm talking basic here. When in doubt, simply say to somebody, thank you for noticing me. Thank you for noticing my workouts. I love, insert your language. I love working out in my living room, getting in some strength before my day starts, blending up a shake, starting my day healthy. Thank you for noticing me. I love doing my workouts in my living room, having a shake, starting my day healthy. Would you like to do this with me? That's an invitation. Thank you for noticing me. This is what I love about it. Would you like to do this with me? Not all invitations are webinars, sneak peeks, applications, DMs. It's literally just you asking the people who've noticed you. They're watching your stories. They've clicked like on one of your posts where you're sharing about your workouts, your nutrition, the books you're reading, an event you went to. If they've clicked like, boom, they've opened your door. Yes, if they've watched your story, they've opened the door to your business. Invite them. Thanks for noticing. Would you like to do this with me? All right, that's inviting in my book. I can tell you, side note, in 14 years of coaching, probably 200 diamonds in my downline over many, many years. I can think of a handful of people, one particularly in the past 3 years, who've come to me about coaching. I know that some coaches have that experience, but I'm saying it's not the norm and it doesn't have to be that way. I ask them. I look at who's noticing me and I say, thanks for noticing me. It'd be so fun to work together. Would you like to do this with me? I go to them. Okay. Then help those who say yes. This is my favorite part of coaching because guess what? Help those who say yes does not mean you're in charge of them. I think one thing that holds us back from coaching is that we feel like we're in charge of people. The weight of the world is our responsibility. It is not. Simmer. Helping somebody is sharing with them a post that worked for you, a book that you like, an audio that you listen to, your favorite program, a training that you saw that you liked. It's passing along resources. It's passing along belief. That is helping people. So if one thing that's holding you back from coaching is that you're not sure how to lead team calls, make logo wear, run a team page, guess what? That's not required. You can accumulate those things as you go and grow in this business, but don't let that hold you back from inviting. As a coach, we show coach life. We invite those who notice. We help those who say yes. So take this visual with you. If you're helping those who say yes, and you have a goal of adding 10 coaches between now and the end of the year, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I didn't say 100. I said 10. 10 people that you'd like to do this with. You're not putting 10 people on your back and carrying them to the end of the year. You're linking hands with 10 people and saying, let's go somewhere together. That's what coaching is. Be a basic B. Number 3, binge watch. This is a lesson I shared with my team a little while ago that I love, that's totally been working for me. Binge watch. What do I mean by that? All right. I didn't used to watch a lot of TV, still don't watch a lot, but have gotten into a few series. I started watching a series when I had knee surgery a year ago. My daughter got me into, oh my gosh, what's the one? Schitt's Creek. Okay. You're like, oh my gosh, that's so old. I can't believe she's referencing Schitt's Creek. Okay, cool. I told you I didn't watch a lot of TV, but I got into Schitt's Creek. I got into How to Get Away with Murder. Then I got into Yellowstone, even though I watch it under the covers. Several series. Okay. Now, why do I bring this up? Because we never get sick of it. 9 seasons of How to Get Away with Murder, and I could not wait for the next episode to come on. I never got sick of it. How do we bring that into our coaching business? Find something you love and keep doing it. Wash, rinse, repeat. When I watched Yellowstone, the series, cannot wait for the next series to come out in November. Wash, rinse, repeat. Watch episode 1 one night. Watch episode 2 one night. I didn't need it to be different or better or cooler or more creative. I just liked what I liked because I liked it. Same with coaching. Find something you like and wash, rinse, and repeat it. So for me, my example of binge watching is that I like Lift More. Insert whatever you like. I liked my version of the gut protocol-ish, right? I love the tips of reducing extra sugars and soy, dairy, gluten, but I'm not an all-in 100% kind of person with that kind of stuff. So I did my version of gut protocol. So all I did was start inviting people to exactly what I was liking: a morning strength workout, a vegan shake, and gut protocol-ish eating, tons of water. That's it. In binge watching and inviting to the same thing for June, July, August, September, and October, I have added tons of new people to my organization, and I doubled my leadership points. For those of you that know what those are on the road to elite, I doubled my leadership points in 2 months by binge watching, by putting some blinders on and saying, I like this program. I'm going to invite to it. Now, listen, I invite people to join me as a coach. I know that there's lots of ways to do this, and we hear a lot about the journey of preferred customer to coach, and you can do that if that works for you. I want to just share, because I get the mic today, a different way. What's the downside? What's the downside? These people aren't testing it out. They're not testing out Energize for a week. They're doing a 2-month program with me or a 1-month program, whatever it is, right? What's the downside of saying to them, hey, I'm going to give you the same account I have. We're going to do this program together, and you're going to get paid for your results and referrals. I know you're going to get great results. People are going to notice. You're going to be talking about it at work. Let's have your account set up for you so you get paid for your results and referrals. That's what I do. What's the worst that happens, right? They sign up. They love the program. They get a discount on their supplements. And what if they don't sell, share, or sign up in 6 months? cool. Beachbody has a plan in place that they will change their account over to a preferred customer. They'll still enjoy the savings. They can still be a part of my organization. They just simply chose not to earn an income from it. So that is my reason why I would rather have someone start as a coach. It doesn't mean they're saying, I'm a business builder. It doesn't mean that they're saying, I'm ready to leave my job. They're simply saying, I trust you. You seem to like coaching. I'll leave the door open to that too. Okay, that's binge watching. Number 4, the tip is the wait is the worst. I got the idea to share this lesson today because my friend Danny Detra said to me that one of her favorite lessons for me is that I invited to coaching right away. So I thought, what's the best way for me to explain this to people? All right, here it is. For me, the wait is the worst. So if anybody was ever in a club swim team, this will relate to you. And if not, just come here with me. I, as a little 8, 9, 10-year-old, would sit on the pool deck. They'd line us up in these folding chairs that give you a note card with your seat on it. It would tell you your heat and your lane. And my knees would be shaking. I have my cap on. I'm holding my goggles. I'm shivering. I'm freezing on this pool deck. The wait is the worst. Can I just get up on the block and go? Coaches, it's the same for coaching. The weight of inviting other people to do this with you is worse than just inviting them. It's worse for you. The fear builds up for you. And guess what? The fear might even build up for the people you're inviting. My friend Lauren said that to me this morning. I said, Lauren, I think that the fear builds the longer we wait to ask people. She said, yeah, it builds for the coach. It also builds for the customers and people watching you. Like, why are they waiting 3 months to invite me? Is it really that big of a deal? Right? The wait is the worst. Envision that little kid who didn't even like swimming, right? Sitting, knees chattering, teeth chattering, holding a little note card, just desperately wanting to get up on the block. That is how I want you to think next time you're waiting around to invite someone to coaching. The wait is the worst. The fear builds over time. This piece, I want you to remember that this business can change your life. But the question itself is not life-changing. You're simply asking someone to do this with you. Don't let your fear build up. And tip number 5, I'm going to bring this home, is this. It goes right into my last tip. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Here's how I can best explain this lesson to you. A couple weeks ago, I was sitting on the couch with my son on a Sunday afternoon watching the Lions. NFL fans out there, you just sighed for me, I know. Okay. So we're watching the Lions and my son's getting kind of frustrated. And then he's like, Mom, I think I'm also just hungry. And I said, okay, cool. I'll call this like tavern, bar, restaurant up the road. I'll call and order you some lunch. Keep in mind, he'd already had his Shakeology for breakfast, so do not judge. So I called and ordered him a double cheeseburger and a side of fries. He's a 6'2" football player. This kid was hungry, right? So I call and order it. They say, yeah, are you going to come pick it up? Yeah, I'm going to come pick it up. I'll be there in 15 minutes. I get there. I walk inside. Guess what the lady says to me? Hi, Trina, your burger and fries is $15.95. I saved the receipt because I thought it was so funny. I was like, what? She said $15.95, double cheeseburger, side of fries, $15.95. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's the cost of our business. What I just spent on my son's lunch that was gone in a nanosecond is the cost of this business. It's no big deal to ask people to do this with us. The business monthly fee is less than the cost of lunch. You're not asking them for anything big. You're offering them an adventure of a lifetime. The decision itself is not big. So go ask it sooner and go ask it more often. With that, Sandy, I kick it back to you.
I thought that I was just going to drink my shake and kick back. No, I have been on Facebook warding off your fans. You need a handler now because seriously, the way that you simplify, I'm going to call you the TMI simplifier. Too much information. You're just the simplifier. And what's so interesting about it is it took no effort. I mean, yes, you've been working on your speech, but it takes no effort to speak in the way that you have and to outline what it is that we have, the best product in the catalog. And you're just a master. You are very gifted. And I hope that people who listen to this again and again and again, because many people are like, I'm dropping off my kids, I'll listen later. And we did have a lot of people on. So I'm very happy for that, Trina. You deserve it. But when they go back and listen to it, to take your words and to recognize that that is the communication simplicity of it, and to make it all their own. But really what you have done, how you have distilled the coaching opportunity, is you're a master.
Thank you.
And everything that you worried about last night and this morning to deliver a great speech, you did 10 times over. I appreciate you so much. And just want to ask you, what should people do today?
So fun. I hope today, if you listen to what I just said, that you just rip off the Band-Aid and think, what 5 people have I been thinking about? Not 50, not 100. I'm not crazy. What 5 people have I been thinking about? Are they current challengers? Are they family members? Sometimes we don't even ask our family. Are they college friends, high school friends? What 5 people would you love to be at Summit with next year? Will you just go message them and say, hey, I listened to this call. It inspired me to reach out to you. Would you like to do this with me?
I think that's great. And, normally I ask at the end of the call what your superpower is. I mean, we know what your superpower is. The whole audience right now is saying, you're amazing, how you crush it. But what would you say, has really kept you going? What muscles have you had to flex over the past 14 years?
Okay, Sandy, so funny that you asked that. And in the very most honest, simple answer I can give you, I was having brunch yesterday morning with my beautiful, amazing daughter, Jade. She's a student at the University of Michigan. She's a sophomore. She's incredible. She's home for fall break. She and I went out to brunch and she said, Mom, do you know what I have learned from you, from watching you as a coach and a mom and a business owner for all these years? And yes, that it's passionate about what I do. And yes, I love what I do. And I know she sees that. But what she noticed was something so simple, Sandy. She said, Mom, you are always where you are. You're always 100% present where you are. And I have learned that from you. She said, so when I'm studying, I'm studying. When I'm with my friends, I'm with my friends. When I'm working, I'm working. When I'm working out, I'm working out. She said, I've seen you when you're coaching, you're coaching. And I feel like my superpower, if I think back to the book, The Slight Edge, is that I focus. I turn the distractions off. I get in and I get out. I, like you guys, have a busy life. And if you don't know me, I have a wife, and combined we have 5 kids. My wife has 3 young kids. I have 2 teenagers. We have 2 dogs, a cat, and a busy household, multiple jobs, tons of sports. I don't have all day to coach. I don't even have half a day to coach. When I get in, I get in. I'm present, I focus, and I get out. My superpower is my focus.
When you said that about Jade, not only did I get chills, but the trees behind you are totally shifting. It's like the winds are changing, and that could not have been better planned. The winds are definitely changing for all of us at Beachbody. I so appreciate your honesty and your vulnerability. And maybe the superpower question is not how you think of yourself, but how your kid sees you or how your team sees you. And that whole thing just like brought chills, because she looks at it as you are present where you are, and you looked at it as focus, which is what it is. But what she sees in you is a role model. Oh my God, that is so great. I want you to stick around. I'm going to end the call. And hey, you did it before the top of the hour, so you stayed within the hour, Trina. I could listen to you all day long because it was that simple and effective, and I want people to listen to it again. So
thank you.
That was your wake up call, everybody. Trina Gray, thank you so much. You can definitely go back and listen to this. I'll put it up on podcast, and have an incredible week. And like Trina said, think of 5 people that you can reach out to right now with this whole new sense of hope and joy about your business. So I'm going to say goodbye. See you all next week. All right. Thanks a lot.